Get back, guys. Here it is. The season's on the line. Two receivers left and right. McCown takes the snap. He steps up. He's all by himself. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
What's up? It's Monday night. Welcome to the Bush League Sports Show. My mic, I think, wasn't on for a second. So, what's up? Welcome to the Bush League Sports Show. We are the best B-rated sports show live on Facebook every Monday night at 8:45-ish, kind of. Coming to you from Studio 725. I'm here with Dr. Moonlight Graham. Pepper's chair is empty. He's not here, but shout out to Pepper. We love him. He's taking care of little Pep again. And his wife, Ellie, who is our number one fan. We love her the most. Stats, you doing okay?
Doing well.
You wearing purple tonight?
Yes, sir.
You look good, as always. Produce. I went back this week. I was tracking back to see how long it's been. Like, I wanted to know the exact date of when we started. And so I went back to find it, and I found an early episode, obviously, because it's not that hard to find early ones, because we've only been on that long. But I found one of our first episodes, and it clipped over to you, and literally you were like 35 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Now, not that you were an attractive man. You were a very, very attractive man.
25.
Plus 35. Plus 25 pounds. But
because I put on 10 more pounds.
The camera adds 10. So I went ahead and added.
No. I'm saying I literally put on 10 more pounds since the weight loss competition.
You've gained 10?
That's why Derek's taking all of the candy. Whatever he leaves.
He has
this is our fault.
He has zero self-control.
Hey,
I have zero self-control except in a competition.
You won
context.
And we had to celebrate, and you did that well.
I do celebrate well.
It was called the 10-pound celebration. and I think you achieved that. I'm proud of you. Way to go.
Now I need to get it off.
Hey, real quick, the Bush League Sports Show, the purpose of this show, I just realized Stat Guy is swimming in the rundown again, and we only have 3 guys on camera tonight. But yeah, that makes sense. Regardless, the purpose of this show is for you as fans and us as fans. We are not the experts, but we are the best. We're the experts. We are here just to talk from a fan perspective about sports. So like when Derek Carr was ripping on Stephen A. and Max Kellerman the other day, was like, these two clowns, let's get them in a room and watch some film. Like, we're not claiming to be experts at all. Derek can call me a clown all day long if he will come on the show. And or he could. If he'll just mention my name and then clown, I'm good with that.
You're a clown.
Yeah, not you, Derek Carr. You're Stat Guy on the show. Happy birthday to Stat Guy, not actual human Stat Guy, but created Stat Guy on Facebook. It's his birthday today. If y'all didn't know. Regardless, so the whole point is for you to be able to comment, to share your thoughts, your opinions, to rant, to throw shade, to make fun of, to agree with if you'd like, to give us the Bush push, as we like to call it, like share the show, send it out. Like, we want you to be able to participate throughout the entire show. That's why we are here. So welcome. We're glad you're here. Comment, share, heart buttons, smoochy faces, the waves, the fire, all that kind of great stuff. Please do those things. Produce, why don't you give us the rundown?
Okay. Rundown. We're doing our snooze fest. Super Bowl recap. We're also going to be talking about...
Did we get the highlight of the Super Bowl that I sent? Probably not, because you don't read the text.
Dude, I work. How about that?
What do you call this? I call this working.
This is my night job.
All right, I'm tagging sports podcast #night job. Show is shared. We're good.
I don't like my camera angle right now.
Okay. Do you want me to fill the time?
No.
Fill in the time.
No, I can do the rundown and fix my camera angle because I'm a true produce. Fresh produce.
Producerarian.
We're also going to be talking about the best Super Bowl commercial. We're also talking about NFL Hall of Fame inductees, 2019 season predictions. We're also going to be talking about some MLB stuff, free agencies. Bryce Harper is still teamless. Arbitration ending. We've got a lot of NBA stuff, surprisingly. We're talking the old Mavs. We're talking about LeBron's loin.
It's still funny.
We're talking Isaiah Thomas, James Harden, and maybe the All-Star game.
I guess we'll see.
I guess we will see.
Lucas Biggs, shout out, #side hustle. Also called me a clown. So we're on our way. We're almost there.
We're
Doing-
just
doing
like
well.
first take.
Stat guy called me a clown. That was step 1. Lucas Biggs, step 2. Derek Carr, step 3. We are almost there.
And then we will have made it.
And then we will have made it.
Speaking of made it,
Speaking of, you want to share the good news?
man, our meme from last night through today is on fire.
If you
Relatively speaking.
If you are not following us on Instagram, go right now. Pull up Instagram at BL Sports Show and follow us. We do sports memes. They are legit funny. And I don't say that. Like, I was out preparing memes for this morning, and I was crying. I was laughing so hard. And I'm not kidding. I was crying in my Jeep, sitting outside, waiting to go to where I was going.
Usually it's a sad cry, but today
Today it was a legit. I was like, this is awesome. And so, anyways, follow us on Instagram. The one last night, it really did. It has reached 19,000 people. And we're not really large on Instagram right now. We're growing. And we're working it. We're getting there. We're trudging along. But give us a follow. Trudging it along. All right, regardless. Today is officially the 1-year birthday of the Bush League Sports Show. It was birthed today a year ago. So congratulations, Bush League Sports Show. Happy birthday to you. I'm glad we celebrated mine in a much bigger fashion than we did the actual sports show on the show. So I feel good about that. Let's get into this thing. Super Bowl recap. I don't know if we should grade it on a scale of 1 to 11 or if we should just all at the same time say nothing.
that.
Okay, we're gonna do that, and
That was the Super Bowl right there.
I like it. Hey, Rick Smith just said, what about our friend David Seville, our friend with Down syndrome who was at the Super Bowl? The NFL tweeted something about it. I think it was pretty cool. Hey, Rick, will you pull that up? See what Rick is talking about? I'd love to know. Again, shout out to our boy Rick Smith. Check him out.
Do you have what do we even say about that game?
Who's that guy that you sent Wings to Go? What's his name?
Oh,
You sent us that video. What's his name?
it's something like Wingo.
Yeah,
Wings
we're definitely calling that Wings to Go. That was on. It's on ESPN. What show is that?
It's Wingo and something.
Yeah, Wings to Go and something. We were watching.
He's on ESPN too, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, talk about Bush League. They're not even.
Yeah.
So there's a guy, we don't know his name. Blake sent a video. Dr. Moonlight Graham sent a video in the text thread today. The dude was ripping. Did you get that clip to put on tonight?
No, because he doesn't read the text.
Oh, that's what you asked. That's what you were asking.
That
Did you
one
get that to put it on here?
in the paint drying.
Okay. Well, regardless, he was ripping to shreds everybody that was complaining about the game. And I mean, we'll get there in a second. Everybody, as far as like complaining about the game, it's a boring game. Like he's literally red-faced yelling on TV today, like, turn the game off and shut up. To which I was like, we couldn't turn the game off. We
have a
complained
job.
about it, but we had a job of hosting a sports show, commentary about the game, and the problem was that there was nothing to talk about the entire fourth quarter. The third quarter, the halftime show got us through the third quarter. Thank goodness, Maroon 5, for getting us there. But the actual game, we would have been better off reading mean tweets about the players
We should
for
have
the
done that.
entire fourth quarter.
Why didn't we do that?
I don't know, because I just thought of it.
God.
We will do that in the future.
We are really good at coming up with good ideas too late.
Exactly. We are the kings of,
Well,
oops, should have done that.
we're good at two things. We're good at coming up with inside jokes that we find really funny, and we do nothing about it, then someone else steals it, i.e. flossing. Flossing we did years ago.
Yes.
The Don Schaefer.
Confirmed.
Get up.
All right, let's do it. So,
Everybody up right now?
oh, everybody?
Everybody
Yeah,
up?
we got to do it.
I'm pulling up the video.
Yeah, you pull up that video, and
And
hey, let's not hit anything.
We'll teach the Don Schaefer.
So what you people might call the floss, we refer to as the Don Schaefer.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because we started it. We have video evidence, right? So
Can't find it.
No, I found it. I was at a party. I was at a Christmas party, and somebody was like, "Hey, did y'all see this kid a couple years ago?" Okay, that was
about
weird.
that.
So they were like, "Did you see the kid a couple years ago?" Because Dax was doing the Don Schaefer, and so he's doing it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, this kid did it." And so they pulled it up, and they're like, "Hey, look!" And I was like, "Check the date." I was like, "Absolutely not." I went back and found Produce and I doing the Don Schaefer literally 3 years before that kid.
Yeah.
And so we date all the way back to 5 years ago, minimum. We have video evidence.
We were doing it way before 2014.
Oh, not even remotely close.
Because we were still in the trailer at Rock Point.
You can ask the entire Flowerman High School band of my class and the 4 years underneath me. I taught every single one of them. We did it in the stands all the time.
So really, because he was suing Fortnite about that dance, and I was saying we got to find
gotta
that and
sue that
get,
joker
and get on that. Like we were doing it before.
No, I
you.
have it. I have
Perfect.
it.
All right. So
yeah,
we
totally
we're gonna be
got
millionaires.
it.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
millionaires.
So boom, we're coming after you, little dancing
Backpack kid.
little backpack dancer. I wanted to say something about when you said you taught the entire band. No one else would I allow that statement to pass by and not make a unkind remark. However, mad respect to you for all those years when coaches were like,
you have to pick, and you're like, I can pick it. And they're like, find your third string. You're like, all right, I'll wait and see. And then somebody goes down at varsity, and who they take up? They took a fourth string JV kid, and like, oh, he's coming to varsity.
Good times.
all right, so here we go.
which way are we going first?
Let's just get this thing rolling, and it doesn't really matter. See, the thing is with the Don Schaefer, you can get really, really fast. You can move your hands around. You can. All right, let's sit down.
All right, I'm tired.
You got a condition for that thing. You can't just do that. Oh, my boy Tyson Lenarose is watching. Glad that happened. That video of him getting tickets was pretty awesome. Who? Oh, the kid.
Yeah. So
pull
what?
that, pull that thing
I
up.
have both videos up of him at the Super Bowl and him getting the tickets. Which
So
one do you
tell
want
us.
first?
No, just tell us the story. We don't want to see we don't have the ability to see the video.
Tell
So
us
just
the story.
Based on me,
Yeah.
I was told to sit here,
Oh, okay.
but if you would like me to scoot over, I will.
It's
You can scoot over.
it feels weird right now because you're like we can't see you. You're talking, and Blake and I look like we're holding hands, and we're about to make fun of Tom Brady. And
so we can't. Hey, it's playing on here.
Oh.
Hey,
Please mute your
Hey,
sound.
sorry.
Mute your sounds.
come on, Produce.
what is that?
That's,
trying to
that's the
get the-
video.
This is a family show.
That's the video.
that was the rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember- did you not watch it?
No, I watched it,
Oh.
but I guess he was already like. It took me a minute to get the sound on,
Oh.
and I didn't hear a curse word, and then I
guess we're
heard
not
that, and I was like,
watching the
"What's
video.
going on?" No, it's fine.
I mean, I could show the video with no audio.
We'll mute it. We'll mute it. We're good. Okay, going back to the story with the kid with Down syndrome at the Super Bowl. What happened?
Only too hard on that.
Dabo Sweeney gave their equipment manager, David Seville, Super Bowl tickets, and he pretty much looks like he hung out with Roger Goodell and a bunch of other very important people.
Yeah, Shaq Griffin was in there. Nice.
Yep.
That's really cool.
That is okay.
That's based on this 5-second video clip that I just watched.
You guys know how I am when I get like something sticks with me, something rubs me wrong. I just don't like a team or a coach or a player or whatever. I had that for Clemson a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like they just rubbed me the wrong way, and I didn't like Clemson. And I can expound on that, but I'm not going to. Dabo Sweeney himself, that man is a quality. From it,
Yeah.
I don't know him, and so but from everything I have seen from that guy, that dude is one like top-notch A+ quality coach. Man, like I think he's probably a phenomenal dad, a phenomenal husband. I mean, obviously going, hey, let me give you tickets to the Super Bowl to the equipment guy, like so you can take your kid, and not only that, but like that's more than a ticket. Like I'm going to give you a backstage pass, literally.
A true experience.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
What's his
Dabo,
son's
I
name?
believe David is the actual equipment manager himself. So the dad is not involved, just the kid.
Oh, just the kid.
So the kid is the
The kid is the manager.
manager.
Not only that, but to employ the kid as the equipment manager and it like that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dabo's one of those guys that actually cares about his players'
Dude.
well-being after they're done playing football,
Yeah.
which a lot of coaches don't. Like he cares while you're producing on the field, and then they're done with you.
Yeah.
And Dabo just seems like one of those guys. And there's probably a lot of other coaches who do that. We just don't know it. But Dabo, he just seems like such a genuine guy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Rick just said, the equipment guy has Down syndrome.
Okay, this
so
is
awesome.
not to take away from that story, because that story is awesome. But here it is, the day after the Super Bowl, and we're talking about Clemson. That's how boring the Super Bowl was.
That's the point. Like the coolest thing, which this is amazing,
Yes.
but and that's amazing that overshadowed everything. Like, good for the Pats and the Rams for sucking yesterday. So that story could be the big story today.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're right. Like, we're talking about Clemson and Dabo Swinney, and Bill Belichick just won his sixth title. Brady just won his sixth ring. Max Kellerman, did you catch First Take today?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught First Take.
If you want to see a quality show, you watch this one. If you want to see a bunch of talking heads yell at each other, because that's what was going on today, especially him and who's our Cowboys homer that's on the show?
I don't know his name, but that dude's a clown. But
Yeah.
I like him because he's a Cowboy fan.
They were going at it today.
Yeah, you're right. Like, number one, they talk over each other so much. But Max, again, is ripping on Brady because it got brought up. Julian Edelman in an interview, they asked him about Tom Brady. He's like, he just won his sixth title. Like, that's his sixth ring. That's the same amount as Jordan. He is the greatest of all time. And Max is arguing against it. And he was even saying, he literally said, you cannot compare Tom Brady to Michael Jordan. What?
Why not?
He just won his sixth title. Jordan won 6.
Facts.
Brady's been there 9 times. Jordan only went 6 times. Like the only argument you have left is that Jordan never lost.
Yeah.
Right.
But he also was playing basketball and not football, which is a completely different sport.
Yeah. I mean, because the comparison drops because Michael Jordan was a much better athlete than Tom Brady.
Agreed. That's not a question.
But Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Oh,
so
hold
a
on,
guy
pause. Hi, Carly Odom. Congratulations on getting engaged.
Oh yeah, Carly, I saw that. Congratulations.
Continue.
One of us on the show does weddings.
Me.
It is not I.
Just kidding.
I think it's Case.
Okay.
Could
Anyways,
be produce.
yeah, you're almost on the show.
There you are.
You know,
That guy.
You could use that finger to push a button, and the camera would be on you. Just saying.
Whenever I do that, you're supposed to like move your head like it hit you.
Hey, Coach P is watching the show. If you
What
go
up,
back
Petey?
and watch the start, I did the touchdown move just for you, so we're good today.
He told me about that.
Yeah. What was I saying?
I'm talking about Brady being the GOAT.
So
Comparing
okay,
him.
so the comparison, like as we're talking about that, Jordan, hands down, there's no question Jordan's a better athlete than Tom Brady is, no question. So a man who is a far less superior athlete has won as many titles in a more difficult game. All you did was strengthen the argument, Max. That's all you did. Like, thank you for the support. Whatever.
Yeah, you're just getting mad.
So you disagreed with Max?
I think
Yeah.
I think what's happening with First Take is they decide who the heel is each week because every week it switches who drives me crazy.
Yep.
And the other guy, I'm like, oh, I like him. And then the next week, literally, they'll do something. I'm like, wait, y'all switched roles, and they switch every 7 days.
That is accurate. That is an accurate statement.
It's really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, it's tough.
So,
Hey, the real heroes of that game were the punters.
dude, the punters had a great game. Like, if ever a punter Super Bowl took place,
It was that
Super
one.
Bowl LIII.
Too many eyes.
What number is that?
53.
Golly. 53.
The real one or the one that you just said?
The one I just said. I don't know.
Oh,
how
I don't
many
know
that
what you said.
is. Pepper's watching the show. We miss you,
Pepper.
buddy. Whoop. Who cares about Brady? Coming in from Lucas Biggs. Wow, that's a hurtful one right there.
Ooh.
How many of us in the room are Tom Brady fans? How many of us in the room have bent pinkies like Julian Edelman? That's right. If y'all didn't catch that. Julian Edelman posted on his Instagram, there was a cartoon video prepping for the Super Bowl, and he literally put on one of the JE11 gloves, and it had the bent pinky showing. Like, they made sure to show the bent pinky, and I was like, we're brothers. Except we're not. Nope. And he won an MVP, and I watched him win an MVP.
It's pretty much the same
I was
thing.
going to ask you a question, but I'm not going to because I already know your answer.
No, ask it.
What's up?
So, Stat Guy,
Yeah.
how do you feel about a guy who was suspended for PEDs for a quarter of the season winning the Super Bowl MVP?
I thought we didn't know what the substance was.
He was still suspended for PEDs. We don't know what it was, but he was suspended for that reason. Now, in most other sports, if you were suspended, such as baseball, usually you cannot participate in the playoffs.
Yeah. This is the NFL. They don't care about that kind of stuff.
Can I answer the question?
I know your answer.
What is my answer?
Yes, because he's your favorite.
He is my favorite.
He's got a bent pinky. He wears number 11.
My argument is, number one, Roger Goodell operates with full autonomy. Like, he handed down the punishment.
Yeah,
He then, when Edelman tried to appeal the punishment, he said no. And then,
just like that.
Yeah. And then, lo and behold, months later, guess who else was handing down a trophy to Julian Edelman? The one and only Roger Raj.
Which that's twice he's had to do that to the Patriots, because the same season that the GOAT was suspended for deflated footballs, he had to hand him an MVP trophy. Which that was great.
Maybe they should stop suspending Patriot players.
Yeah, that's like a guarantee for them to
win. Guaranteed win every time.
All I know is it is. I'll say two things.
Yes.
It is wrong to take a banned substance like a PED. That's wrong. Okay? We've said before there's two environments I believe you can't cheat in, and it's football and baseball. In all other competitive things, I know that's a joke, and I like integrity matters. I actually care. But at the same time, like those two, like I hold pretty closely. The rest I don't care about. Why? Because I don't care about them. But those two I care about. Had he taken something that was on the list that they said, hey, this is what you took, I would agree. Like, suspend the guy. He deserves it. Absolutely. However, if you get popped on a substance, they're like, we don't know what this is, so we're going to suspend you. Like, what do you mean you don't know what it is?
They don't know what it is.
So
it's new.
Well, because
how do you make a judgment call like that?
Because there's certain metabolites that come from other chemicals, so they don't know what he actually took, but there was the way it metabolizes in your body, they tested for that. So they know he took something. Whether or not he took it on purpose is completely different.
Right.
The latest research shows that 25% of items at GNC have banned substances in them.
25%?
25%.
That's a good number.
I don't think
so. That means like you can go there, buy protein, and maybe have a banned substance in there.
You all right over there?
Nope.
I had a banned substance in him. It's coming out. My body's like, no, can't do it. Number one, I don't think Jules gets his stuff at GNC because he's like a huge TB12 guy.
Nope.
I'm sure they have their own.
Yeah.
And
so we're gonna go off topic here. The main thing you got to do if you are a collegiate or professional athlete and you are tested, look for the NSF label because that means it's guaranteed to be that product within there. It's more expensive, but you are guaranteed.
Okay.
Other than that, you are risking it. Doesn't mean that there's not that it has stuff in there, but you don't know for certain.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit, baby.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, and this is why the show's here. We ask the pressing questions. If you don't risk it,
what
can you get the biscuit?
You cannot. Never once has anyone risked it.
Not risked
it and got the biscuit.
I think that is
it's accurate.
Actually a fact. I think that's a real life stat
that came straight from Stat Guy, so fight me on that.
Shout out to Dr. Wu. He says he wants that 25%. Get the gains.
Okay.
Fun fact, Dr. Wu. Okay.
Guys, I went to the new coffee and biscuit shop in Fort Worth. It's called Dwell Coffee and Biscuits, and I risked it for a cinnamon roll biscuit,
Nice.
and it wasn't worth it.
Is a roll a biscuit?
That's how they pitched it. They make a biscuit, and then they make it a cinnamon roll. So it's a cinnamon roll biscuit, which I was stoked about it, and then I ate it. And I felt like this wasn't worth the risk.
Can we talk about Lucas Biggs' comment about his respect for Case Hubbard has gone way down? #hater.
Oh.
Because I feel like that's important.
In the NFL, it's all about who Roger
No, it was
likes.
before that.
Okay, let me scroll to find
Yep,
it.
scroll up a little bit.
My respect for Case Hubbard has gone way down. #hater. Well, I'm 5'7". It never was that high anyways.
Okay.
That actually is kind of hurtful. Coming from Lucas. He's an old college buddy of mine.
Keyword there.
Old.
All right.
But still, okay. But to really answer your question, had Julian Edelman, had it been on a list of like this is a legit, yes, this is a party foul, yes, he should have been suspended, and should the rules be tighter on what happens when a guy legitimately cheats? Probably so. And even if it's my favorite player, I would agree. However, they don't have those rules, and so I'm not going to throw a fit about it. But what I do think is they, instead of holding the rule, instead of like doing it in a wise way and really taking care of it, they act like they do, and they mask it, and they do something completely different. And just like...
Well, so, okay, I will give you that point. The NFL is very inconsistent on how they handle those situations. However, how they test it, the NFL... People who test urine and blood are behind on the substances that are out there. And so they constantly have to update and figure out what these are. So that's why they look for the metabolites. Right. So, again, I'm not saying he maliciously did it, but you can't really blame them for popping him for having a substance. That is their job to find those things. So,
okay. Yeah, you're above my knowledge base and pay grade. So...
You just got to worry about peeing in a cup. Let me worry about what to do with it.
Okay. Cool.
Gross.
Nope.
So
on that note,
so to answer your question, when you said to Stat Guy, "Are you okay with it?" I would answer, "Yeah," because I'm only worried about peeing in a cup, and you got the rest. So let's move on.
Let's before we move on, let's talk about the halftime show.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
Good talk, guys.
The best thing that happened was SpongeBob and guys wearing Jordans. So
everybody went nuts about Adam Levine being shirtless.
That was pretty exciting.
He has California written on his belly.
He
does.
So I saw a great meme today that I meant to share with you guys. It was a picture of Adam Levine and then a bag from Chipotle that has all the words on it and said, "Who wore it better?" That was good.
That's funny. I wish I would have seen that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, he's got some tats on him, which I respect. I like tattoos. Those are earned.
Tattoos?
If you've ever sat on the table, which you have, I was there.
Did it together.
That is a painful process. My hand got stuck on that cable. Let's go. Yep,
there we go.
Sorry. Okay.
Commercials.
Best commercial of the night. I absolutely loved the NFL. That little clip.
What was that for?
Don't know, but it was awesome because it had so many names in it, and the fact that it started with Roger talking, and Marshawn Lynch was ignoring him and trying to get in some cake. Like, how did that go down when they filmed it? They were like, "Hey, just be you," and Marshawn's like, "All right, cool." And so he sits down. He's like, "I can't stand this guy." And how was that vibe in the room when they were shooting it? While Roger's like up there speaking, and he's like, I thought that was amazing. And then just the characters they got in there and the way they played that thing out I thought it was a ton of fun. And then I liked the Walmart commercial at the beginning of the Super Bowl with all the different movie cars that they were throwing in there. That was fun.
Yeah.
So,
I've got two. I really liked the Bud Light commercial that was actually a crossover to Game of Thrones because who saw that coming? That was great. So I like that they just took a completely different turn on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also really liked the Amazon commercial with Harrison Ford and the dog, where the dog kept ordering dog food. Amazon like made their new technology was that
Oh yes.
you can order can order Amazon from the dog barking. So it kept ordering food and other stuff, and Harrison Ford got really annoyed. Worst commercial. I'll go ahead and bring this up. The chunky milk.
Agreed.
Disgusting.
Agreed. That was awful.
God, that was bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Did
Stat
not like
guy?
that.
Big anti-fan of the Burger King one. That was super annoying.
Yeah, with Andy Warhol.
With the rapper.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then big fan of the Fast and Furious knockoff thing because I'm a big fan of Fast and Furious.
I didn't mind that one.
No other reasons.
I hated the Burger King part where not only the wrapper, but where he opened the bun, put the ketchup on the wrapper, put the bun back on the burger, didn't do anything. There was no reason for that motion, and then dipped it. Like
who dips their burger?
I don't mind if you dip it.
Nope,
but why did you take the top off to put it back on and dip it?
I think the whole point of it was for us to talk about it like this.
Well,
Because it was just him.
Stop.
All right. Produce.
To be fair, now I want Burger King
To be
less.
fair.
Honestly, to be fair,
fair.
I didn't really
I
pay
understand you
attention
guys.
to much of the commercials at all.
Or the
The game.
No, I paid more attention to the game than I did the commercials. Because we were talking during the commercials.
You paid more attention to the snacks than anything.
I did. Dude,
Yeah,
I went
you
to
paid
town.
you paid hard attention to those Twizzlers.
Dude, I did.
You mowed them.
I mowed them.
Mowed the Twiz.
Dude, I went to town on the Twizzlers again today as I was reading your article, and it was too long of an article because I kept eating the Twizzlers. Great article.
It says
And
at
I read the
top-
whole thing.
It said at the top, 17-minute read.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I
17
spent
minutes.
17 minutes. And
It
I'm a
was-
slow reader, so
Thank
it's
you.
probably like 20 minutes.
Hey, I
Just eating Twizzlers,
I
sitting
am-
in that chair right there.
I apologize for my contribution to the Twizzler eating. I don't apologize for anything I said in that article.
That's a good read.
Thank you.
Produce favorite. Oh yeah, we're gonna get that. Hey, if you're watching, tell us your favorite commercials or your least favorite.
Tyson Linarose, I dip everything at Wendy's, including my burger. And that's fine. If you're at Wendy's, you can dip anything you want. That's why the Frosty Dairy Dessert was invented, was for dipping everybody in it. So, excuse me, I burped. Jason is asking where Pepper is. He is at home taking care of his wife and child.
I responded with who?
You can tell who's married and has a kid and who's not. Not.
Oh no, I was like, what? This is
Yeah,
news to me.
You're the not.
Oh no.
You're the latter.
Also not.
When somebody says the latter, does that mean the second one or
Yes.
the okay
I've never
That means
known.
later
in the
in the sentence. Former and the latter.
Okay, cool.
You learned something.
Lucas read it too. Hey, thanks for reading that, buddy. I'm glad you read it before you lost respect for me, and then the show happened. I feel better about that. Carly Odom, unpopular opinion: dip Wendy's chicken nuggets in a Frosty.
No, you're supposed to do
Whoa.
the fries.
Yeah, it's definitely a fries thing.
No,
It's
guys, I
fries.
said you can dip anything.
You
can dip
actually
the
said
burger-
anybody.
anybody. Yeah, that's right. I said anybody.
You are
You get
opening
dipped.
up.
You get dipped.
No, you are.
Wendy done got dipped in a Frosty, and it just
You're opening up a can of worms though. If you can dip anything in anything,
no.
Anybody in anything.
I said,
Oh, sorry,
I
you're
said
right.
at Wendy's. At Wendy's, the Frosty was invented so you could dip anybody. Period. Only,
all right. So that's our next goal: is to
in
dip
that
somebody in a frosty.
we have to have a 50-gallon trash can sized cup full of Frosty.
Can we go to Wendy's and say,
so
"Can
that
you
we
fill
can
this up?"
dip somebody in it?
Good news: if
And
we go at half price,
it
that's
may
gonna be
be-
like $3.
It
Let's
may
say-
be Carly that we're
Not
they were
somebody,
doing that with.
anybody. And we won't turn anybody away because anybody is all inclusive.
We're gonna just start.
We'll
dipping
dip
people.
you in there.
That's our. Hey, we're gonna do next year. We're trying to get a pop-up wing stop to do a show at, and then we want to do a pop-up Frosty Dairy Dessert anybody dip.
With a modular oven system.
That's what I'm talking about. You just stack them on. There was some funny stuff yesterday
It was.
All right.
in that show.
Carly will want us to live stream that.
Yes, you're gonna be there.
She'll be part of it. So
You're the one getting dipped in the frosting.
Pepper.
Oh no, you can't. Okay, you can't read that one after saying you got to give it a space. Just keep giving it a space. You got to wait a minute. It ain't gonna work yet. It's gonna get awkward quick. So
That's why he's at home.
No, I think that's what he meant.
this is what I love is that we were gonna do a Super Bowl recap and then we were gonna talk about the best commercials, and instead we're talking about dipping people at Wendy's. That Wendy's didn't even have a commercial last night. Wendy's just got a full plug from the show by not having a commercial because Burger King sucks so bad. That's freaking Bush League. Welcome to the show. Give us the Bush push.
Tyson
Hearts
Lenneros
and comments.
coming in. If you can dip a wrench, you can
can
dip a ball.
Yes.
If you can dip a wrench, you can dip anybody.
I've tried to use that quote with some students I coach, and they give me the funniest look like, what?
That movie came out a long
And I'm
time
like,
ago.
guys, y'all got to watch some dodgeball. They don't care. Thank you,
Or,
Tyson.
I'm not an MB turner.
I was telling Shorts about Turkey Bowl. And I was like, man, I can't turn. He's like, you're not an ambi turner? I was like, bro, I ain't a turner at all. Like, I can't go right or left. I can only go straight now. So,
Facts.
I got to talk to Shorts today. Is he watching on YouTube?
He is not.
Okay.
I'm the only one watching
I
on
forgot
YouTube.
to say.
I'm also watching on YouTube. There's
there you
3 of
go.
us watching
I
right
forgot
now.
to say that we are live on Facebook and on YouTube now. We started that last week. We were going to go to Twitch. We did it 1 week, and then we decided to go to YouTube. I won't get into the specifics about what happened. There were some contract things that took place. Somebody got mad, and then we got upset, and it all went south because Ninja tried to get involved. And I was like, no, you ain't getting in this conversation, Ninja. You get out right now, and you go play your little video games, and you make your money doing that, and you leave the football talk to the men, not the boys, Ninja.
Drake slid into our DMs too, and we had some issues there.
And so we just said, you know what, you guys, you keep your ball here. We're gonna take ours, and we're gonna go play in the real field at YouTube. We'll see y'all on the flip side.
Stay in your lane, bro.
Stay in your lane, bro.
What is the flip side?
The other side.
But when people say that, what does it mean?
Flip
Like when you're dead? Like when you're dead?
I don't think so.
Well, that's the other side.
I think sometimes.
Maybe it
could
means
say that.
tomorrow.
Okay.
On the flip side of night.
Guys, none of that
Fine.
happened. We just didn't have any viewers on Twitch, so we went to YouTube. So
we got booty hurt and
Yeah,
took
we-
our ball and left.
we're fine. We're out of here. We ain't doing this. So, best commercials we've hit. Wendy's, we gave a big plug to. Appreciate you, Wendy's, for that.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, but they might be soon.
After that.
Hall of Fame inductees. I am stoked. My favorite football player
Favorite
ever. So my favorite active player is Julian Edelman. PED or not, don't care right now. My favorite football player to ever exist in the world is Ed Reed, going into the Hall of Fame. My man Ed Reed, he's got a sick beard, still yoked out of his mind. He was in the commercial, the NFL 100. That's what it was. They were celebrating 100 years of the NFL.
That's it.
Ed Reed was in it. Everyone else was dressed to the nines except for Marshawn Lynch. Why? Because he's Marshawn Lynch. And Ed Reed was wearing a classy Ed Reed suit. I mean, it wasn't black tie. It was like, boo, he just got in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He wears what he wants.
Stat guy, who else was inducted to the Hall of Fame?
Champ Bailey was inducted.
Yes.
And
Love me some Champ Bailey.
Aaron Gonzalez are the 3 who are first-time ballot guys that got in.
Tony Gonzalez.
I'm sorry, not Aaron. Why did I say that? Tony Gonzalez. I always mix up the donkey because he's so good. Aaron Gonzalez got it. Tony Gonzalez. I did it again. Tony Gonzalez. It's because the other Gonzalez is an Aaron that was a tight end for the Patriots. That's what happened.
He's not going to the Hall of Fame.
No. So Tony Gonzalez is in. Reset what a tight end meant.
Yes.
In the NFL. The guy is second in catches only to Jerry Rice. Did everybody hear me say that?
Yeah.
He's a tight end, and he's number 2 in receptions. Jerry Rice. That's almost like when Stat Guy and I say the name Barry Bonds. Yeah. So, dude's phenomenal. Champ Bailey, 57 career interceptions, I believe. Played with, did he play with Green Bay and then Denver?
Champ was, I believe he was with Green Bay.
and
I
phenomenal.
know for a
career.
fact he was with Denver.
That was later. That's how he wrapped things. Was in Denver. In fact, it was when he moved. It was kind of a revitalization.
Redskins. Should have known that.
Should have. He played against us a lot, but they sucked. So I can see how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ding dongs. That's funny. Thank you, Pepper. Appreciate it.
It's Aaron Hernandez. Nope.
Lucas Biggs just smacked me again. I just got ever slapped again. So many better than Edelman currently playing. Lucas, I'm 5'7". I'm a short white kid, slot receiver type with a bent pinky.
It's his hero.
Like that's like who is your hero, Lucas? I want to know who your favorite player currently in the NFL is, and we'll see if it matches your personality. I feel like does that match my personality?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
We are working on getting Julian Edelman as the official spokesman for Bent Pinky Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So he might be on the show.
I wouldn't say that they have matching personalities. They just have like matching like
Features.
features.
Which in my world is the same as a personality.
Fair enough.
Granted, you work in fashion.
I work in
so-
fashion. That's how I equate. When I see somebody,
You what?
I equate. I equate. Someone write that down. Episode 34, equateness. I equate personalities when I see people that I don't know with how they look, and which means
you
Pause.
judge that book by its cover.
yes,
Which means
yes.
judging
Pause.
And I don't
by
mean
its
that in a
cover.
negative way. I mean that in a very positive light.
It's
And
a
so
skill.
It is a skill that I have that I use on a daily basis.
So Lucas Biggs says Dak is his current favorite player, and you're so hold on.
Well, that makes
You're
sense.
knocking on case for having a player that's
we're
not the
gonna
best
get
player
into a
in the
rabbit
league.
hole here. I think we gotta.
Rabbit holes are the best things to keep people engaged and talking.
But Carly wants to know
that's fine.
what
Yeah, sure.
what month Bent Pinky Awareness Month
Pepper
is.
took care of it.
August.
It's
Yeah,
August.
August. We will be having a fun run. It is not a 5K like most fun runs. This is a 100-yard dash on a football field. We will dress up and we will wear a lot of sweatbands. Coach Jimmy has promised to make an appearance. We're trying to get Julian Edelman right now and any other professional athletes that have bent pinkies. It's actually a common receiver and defensive back injury.
we got to make a PSA for Bent
Yeah.
Pinky Awareness.
I love it. So
That'd be good.
Aaron Clayton is watching, who actually, he and I played intramurals together at DBU my freshman year. So
Big time.
we actually made it. Tom Brady and Julian Edelman is kind of like me and Aaron back then because he was our quarterback and I was a slot receiver.
And Patriots.
We weren't called the Patriots. We were the Waterboy All-Stars because Adam Sandler's movie, The Waterboy, had come out. And so we
Perfect.
took it and ran with it. I
Well-
still have that jersey.
Well, DBU Patriots.
Debut.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also known as DV Who? Where'd you go? Other Hall of Fame inductees that we want to mention, anybody notable? There's some much older guys. Oh, Ed Reed had, I think, 62 career interceptions. Is that right? It may be 63.
Working on it.
He had more than Champ Bailey. Probably one of the most vicious safeties of all time. John Lynch was pretty vicious too, and I know there's a lot of guys that were pretty vicious, but that brother, he would put a hit on you. B-time.
64.
There he goes.
Ronnie Lott did not get in, which is sad because
I think they're
he
asking
was
if they got
good.
invited to
to
Bent Pinky
Bent Pinky
Awareness
Awareness?
Sprint.
Ronnie Lott's already in.
Okay.
I mean the hall. If we can get a hold of him, I don't know if Ronnie has.
Tyler Barnes.
I guess we'll check it out and see.
All right. All right.
Cool.
All right.
Dead air?
I was trying to read something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Lucas, what are you
Dead
saying? I
air.
stole a name and put it on a family football. 2019 season predictions. I saw today they're saying that the Chiefs will win. New England,
No, they have the best odds.
best odds to
Yeah,
win.
Vegas is giving them the best odds, 6-1.
Which I think is fair because they have a phenomenal offense and they are going to bolster the defense this offseason.
Yeah, they fired their defensive
will
coordinator, so they're really gonna work this offseason to get their defense better. So
yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. I think once again you can't count out the Patriots. Why? Because
They're the Patriots.
they're the Patriots. What do you think about the other side of the ball or the other side of the pond?
Oh, the NFC?
The flip side. Who will go?
I think
The Arizona Cardinals.
nope, definitely not them. I mean, the Rams may have another good shot. I like the Rams. The Saints will probably still be good.
Do you think that the Rams will keep Ndamukong Suh on the team?
Yes,
Because they signed him into a 1 year. Will they re-sign?
I think so.
Okay. Will it be big or will it be smaller?
Smaller.
Okay.
Probably try to save room for another offensive star. So,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah. So you're saying the Cardinals?
Yes, sir. We get that number 1 draft pick, and all of
Well-
a sudden we're going to be perfect.
Nope. Produce.
He's going with the Arizona Cardinals, too.
Yes.
See? Told you.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Interesting. All right.
The London Jaguars? No.
Let's move on
Okay.
to
So
some
moving
baseball.
on. Baseball free agents. Harper still hasn't signed, and neither has Machado.
Oh no.
Machado has not signed because he runs the ball or the bases lazy, and he's got other issues, and that whole money thing. Like it just ain't working out. Harper should have taken the 10-year, $300 million.
Should have. Do you think he's going to get the 400 mil?
No, absolutely
Good.
not. I think 3.25 tops. Tops.
For 10?
Yes.
Hmm.
But he won't stay all 10.
No.
We'll have to wait a decade to know if I'm right. Please bet against me because
Which
we
you're
proved that last
you're
night.
never right.
Never
So
Just bumped the table. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Okay, so arbitration has ended. All those things have been worked out. Contract-wise, those baseball players are happy. They have their money coming, but the free agents are still out there. Nobody knows where they're going. Nobody is saying anything, and baseball is not irrelevant. I love baseball. If I had to pick between a baseball career and a football career, if I made the same amount of money for the same amount of time, I would play baseball
Same.
because I flipping love that game so much. I love football too. I deeply love football, but I would choose baseball.
Also a big fan of my brain.
Yeah, I agree. You have a very, very sharp baseball mind, and I mean that in all genuineness. So, Dr. Graham has a very sharp mind in fixing athletes that are broke.
Okay, hold on. Tyler Barnes wants to know who is going to sign Josh Hamilton. Didn't think that was an option.
It's always an option.
Always an option. Swing at the first pitch, Hamilton.
Ham bone.
I'm gonna say nobody.
I don't even know if he's trying to play.
He's not. He's retired in local.
Yeah.
So
He's going to go hang out with Tim Tebow with the Mets. That's what I'm saying. Hot take. I got you, Barnes.
Huh.
I'd go hang out with Tim Tebow with the Mets.
Brought it back to Tebow.
Of course.
I didn't do it.
I know. I'm surprised.
What?
You're welcome.
What are you hating on me for? Just because I'm a Tebow fan? I didn't say we looked alike.
Best player not in the system.
I'm just saying he would be a good quarterback for some team that needs one, like Washington.
Arizona. They don't really need one, but
They could use
He
one.
should be playing quarterback.
I hope Kyler Murray gets drafted by Arizona.
this is getting boring.
Yeah.
Let's do something
Nah,
fun
boy.
for a second. Hey, let's take a sidetrack and let's read some mean tweets. Can we pull some mean tweets up about players?
Which sport players?
Let's do football. Let's do the Super Bowl. Let's have some mean Super Bowl tweets that we can read and just see if there's anything worth our gander. While you look that up, the Dallas Mavericks have made some moves to make their team better for 2019-2020.
Yeah. So the Mavericks and the Knicks did a 5-player trade with some draft picks and some money.
Okay.
So basically, this was, on paper, a mutually beneficial trade. So what happened was we sent 3 players to the Knicks. We got 2 players in return. So one of those players is Kristaps Porzingis, who is also known as the Latvian Unicorn. He is 7 foot something.
Hold
And-
on. Can we pause real quick?
No, let's keep going.
Okay.
You find the tweets and we'll keep going. It's fine. He was just gonna hate on the unicorn.
Oh. Okay.
It's fine.
Anyway, he's an excellent he's an excellent player. So we we really won that trade. But what happened with both teams was the Knicks cleared space for $70 million in cap space. So they're going to be able to get probably 2 big names if they actually do it. Their owner sucks. Jim Nolan or whatever his name is.
They're
Dolan.
after Isaiah Thomas.
No.
Are they not? I
no,
thought
Kyrie Irving.
I thought they were
Isaiah
after
Thomas
Isaiah.
is pretty much done.
I totally thought they were after him.
No, that's about
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas is about something
Who's
else.
Kyrie playing for right now?
Boston.
Okay, that's why they were at the Boston game. I was watching the owner and the GM of the Knicks, and they were there at the game. Obviously, they were playing against Boston, but they kept clipping to Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
During that segment, I couldn't hear
Right.
it. I just
so
watched it.
That's a story that we'll bring up later about
Okay.
the Isaiah Thomas
Okay.
comment.
Got it.
So we got Kristaps Porzingis. We also got, I can't remember the other name of the player we got. And we also cleared $30 million of cap space. So
Okay, so we got some room to make some moves.
we got room. We're probably not going to play Porzingis this season because he's still recovering from an ACL injury. And
He's young, right?
he's young.
He's like
23,
okay.
maybe. So he's still got a lot of room, and they're
Got a
even
lot of
talking
time.
today to probably sign him to a long-term deal.
Okay.
So him and Luka together, which Luka Doncic is an incredible, incredible rookie. If he does not win Rookie of the Year, it'll be a darn shame.
Darn shame.
Darn shame.
A darn shame.
So we've got 2 young players who are going to be great. We've got $30 million to spend on somebody, which is quite a bit of money. So
Right.
that means we could get a superstar. Somebody I think we should get Kemba Walker from the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
Is that what they are now?
That's the
think
Charlotte
that's-
Hornets. They have been
that's
that
still-
for a long time.
Yeah. And the Knicks are probably going to try to go after Kyrie and KD.
Okay.
So that's what they're looking at. But this was a great move for the Mavericks because we also, I think we're guaranteed like a top 5 pick in the draft. So
Okay.
we can get a top 5 player. We can also go to free agency and get a player. We'll have Porzingis and Luka. Let's go Mavs.
All right. Hey.
This is the most excited I've been about basketball
Hey.
since 2011.
Yeah. So we get to watch some basketball this next year and be excited.
Yep.
Because something might happen. I love it. Lucas
Yeah.
Biggs mentioned, I'm going to sidetrack 1 second. Sod Poodles is the name of the new San Diego Padres single A team based in
Nope.
Amarillo,
Double A.
Texas. Double A team based in Amarillo, Texas. It is a ridiculous name. And
No,
I say that as I am from and own the town of Amarillo. Nobody called and asked me about this. I don't know why. And they even said they're like, locals have a endearing love for the not the groundhogs. What are those things called? The prairie dogs. And they said that they're referred to as sod poodles, which has never been the case. And
nobody calls them that.
Nobody calls them that, and it's ridiculously stupid. I'm still buying a hat, and we'll be wearing it on the show.
Hey,
but-
I'll
but-
get you one. I got a patient who is going to play for them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, please get me one. I definitely
So
want one
we'll
of
do
those
that.
hats.
And so I've got Stat Guy on this. The other names were worse. The other options.
I saw some of the list. I saw it.
So it was.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can pull this up because
They-
they were bad.
They had a competition in Amarillo where they all shared names, and
Yeah.
then they picked one.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
it's bad.
Yeah, let's try this one.
We from Amarillo, and there's some fans watching the show from Amarillo.
Yeah, he just saw the logo.
Yeah, it's bad. There is some creativity in the town, for sure, but as a whole, we're not known for deep creativity, and we showed it when we played that game. Are we gonna read some mean tweets? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's go back to mean tweets.
We got them up.
Sure do.
Do you want me to read them, or do you want to read them? I'm just checking with you. Like, okay.
When is this from?
I don't know.
This looks old. That's from earlier. That's from February 1st of last year.
Oh, what?
Okay. Give it back.
Okay. Fine, we'll wait. So, in order to stall for some time to actually pull some things up that are funny.
Should we finish our basketball talk real quick?
Yes.
All right. So LeBron is still working on his loin. He came back pretty early, or he was out, then questionable within a day, and he played against the Clippers for 40 minutes which is a long
That's a
time.
long time.
That's a long time to be in the game, coming back from
when
an injury.
you were out for 6 weeks.
So he then sat out against the Warriors, which
Okay.
I think that was he just didn't want to play against them because he knew he was going to lose.
That was strategic.
Yeah, because if they now
That's also known as Loin Tejic.
there's Loin
Yeah.
Tejic.
Mm-hmm. Hey, like that.
I do. Do you ever equate anybody with a Loin Tejic strategy?
When I was watching the latest news on LeBron's loin, I was definitely. How did I say it?
Loin Tejic?
No, the first
Equate?
I was definitely equating those two together, and as I equated, which is the past tense of equating,
Equat.
yes, which is now that's the technical smart term. I was in the middle of an equite, and it seemed very Loin Tejic at the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tyson, his loin is our word for groin.
Yes.
We are big fans of loins here.
Huge fans. If ever there was a show that loved loins, it's the Bush League Sports Show.
I don't think enough people say loin.
They don't.
We got to bring that back.
The text thread that we have that was on before the show ever was, and I mean by years on, is entitled "Whole Loin Point." And,
How it got there was a
and not with a
slippery
W, like HOLE, whole loin point is where we landed. So
I don't even remember where the loin came up in our conversation.
it was a funny day.
Okay.
I know that everyone was laughing a lot.
Yes.
Our current group text name is even better, though.
Did you change it?
No, it's been the same.
Well, no, because so this is now our text thread.
Yeah.
Our show text thread.
It's Bush Loin Hole.
Oh, that's right. That's when it changed. Bush loin. Say it again.
Bush Loin Hole.
Bush loin hole. The whole thing what
The
was the
whole
first
thing.
name? The first name of the text thread was what?
I
Do you
don't
remember?
I don't remember.
And then I said something stupid one time because I was like, "It's the whole point, guys," and y'all were like,
we
the whole
we
and you
point
roasted
spelled
you.
it without the W.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we roasted
"Yeah,"
you.
and that was a good week's worth of roasting. Welcome to Whole Point. I'm Ron Holton. That's how that went. If you shout out to Ron, he was our pastor for years. His last name is not spelled whole ton, but we changed it that day, so it was a good day.
Well, that was
It is
good.
Yeah, Lucas asked, "Is it?"
So-
No, Tyson asked, "With or without the W?" Without.
Yeah.
Without
So-
the W.
LeBron's loin. LeBron.
LeBron's.
All right, we equat LeBron's loins. Sheesh.
Lointegic.
Very lointegic. Bobby Soto, what's up?
Sorry about that. Anyway,
Flash Soto.
all right.
Julian
so,
Moffett, what's up?
Isaiah Thomas. So we talked about this last week. Anthony Davis has requested a trade.
Right.
So there's talks about where he's going to go. AD's dad,
His dad is like, you can't go play in Boston.
Look
'cause
what
the
they
way
did,
they treated
Isaiah Thomas. So that was kind of weird. Like, why are you talking dad?
I wanted to put a meme out that day that had Anthony Davis on there that said, "Sorry guys, my dad said I can't play no more."
That would have been good.
It would have been. I couldn't find a good one for it to fit though, and I was like, "No, whatever."
Tyson, LeBron's whole loin was hurt.
It was, and it's still hurt. He keeps
The whole
re-injuring
The
the
whole
loin.
loin. James Harden is on fire. That guy is on a massive point streak right now.
Dude,
I forget how many games in a row he's had over 35 points.
it's a month worth. He's averaging
Yeah,
right under 40.
He's also had like 260 points unassisted in a row. He
He's-
also was assisting, but he is the entire team.
Yeah, he's awesome
If
right
he
now.
goes down, the Rockets will do terrible.
Agreed.
So basically, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, because
unless he's trying to get traded.
they're not winning that much.
No, they're barely
that
winning.
streak, they're like 8-6 for the last month.
Right.
So
Yeah. And
what do you got?
Oh, All-Star game. Let's mention this real quick.
Okay.
There was two honorable additions to the All-Star roster. That is going to be Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade, because it looks like these are. Well, we know this is Dwayne's last season.
Yes.
And it sounds like from Cuban Today that this is Dirk's last season.
Okay. So Dirk is 41 or 40.
He is 40 or 41. This is his 21st season.
Yeah, 21st season. I think he's 41, and then Dwayne Wade is 37.
Yeah.
But Dwayne is still playing at a very high level for being 37 years old. He's still scoring upwards of 30 points a game right now. Dirk is averaging 4.
Because he's coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's only playing about 10 minutes a game right now.
Yeah.
And it definitely is a victory lap.
Yeah. So
for Dirk,
because this year when he resigned, he became the longest tenured player in the NBA to play with the same team.
Right.
So 21 years with the Mavs, which is awesome.
I just want it noted that today marks the year date for the Bush League Sports Show, and this is the first time that I actually had correct stats about the NBA. Because I have made an effort as a co-host on a sports show to know more than just football and baseball, but rather to include my knowledge of the NBA and Lucas, the NHL as well. I will be doing some more work in becoming a fan
now we're
of
talking.
hockey, the athletic event.
Wow.
So I will be a fan of athletic events. Women's soccer we will also talk about. We won't talk about men's soccer because we don't like men's soccer, but we decided we like women. Dr. Blake likes soccer, and okay, we can talk about it. So,
well, we got the World Cup coming up.
And the World Cup is coming up, so that makes sense.
And the USA women is always really good. So
yeah, and the correct way to say that would be they are always good, not is always good. But that's fine. You're a doctor. Words are hard. Yeah.
Accurate.
So it was funny.
Mean tweets.
Man, that team is always good.
So I haven't found any mean tweets, but I found one funny one.
Oh, you suck.
I know.
You spent all that time. You only found
I tried to
one?
find some, and I couldn't.
About all these tweets are all about Brady winning 6 Super Bowl rings, and that means he has the gauntlet. So Thanos is a person, and now we're gonna win.
Huh?
I have no idea.
Hey,
I didn't watch that movie yet.
Go check out our Instagram at BL Sports Show. Got some funny memes coming out this week. They will entertain you if you're not following. Do that. Make sure that you share the show, like the show, comment on the show. Anything throughout the show, please do. We will go back and read the comments that you've put in on the feed and respond to those if we didn't catch you. Anything else you want to wrap up from the Super Bowl, from baseball, or from the NBA from tonight's show?
Can I say the funny tweet, though?
Yeah, in a second.
Okay.
I'm mad at you. You didn't find any mean ones. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm over it. Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, read it.
Oh, I thought you said later.
Yeah.
It said,
later.
Super Bowl halftime nipple rules feel inconsistent.
Oh, that was Katie Nolan. Katie
Yeah,
Nolan
that's who that
said
is. I don't know who that is, but
She's
you're right. Good job.
She's a sports journalist. She's on ESPN.
That was funny.
I like her a lot. She's really funny.
I
That is
appreciated
funny.
that.
Shout out to Maroon 5, very own.
Five Maroon Boys.
5 Maroon Boys, Adam Levine, and his nipple on the show.
Both of them.
Both nipples on the show.
Also, Kevin Lasberg appreciated your journal entry.
Hey, thanks, Kev. Appreciate you. What do we got on the
that's it.
TV? I was starting to
We got
wrap it, but let's
11 viewers. That's
do
what we
something
got.
fun here.
Oh yeah, this is so if you look, you can buy a pillow that matches Adam's shirt. That was one thing that was floating around on Instagram and Twitter today was like people's curtains that matched his tank top. And like somebody jokingly was like one of these pillows, they put it for sale for like $10,000, saying that was his shirt.
That's hysterical.
Well, curtains
Hey,
too.
Just
Oh
the
my
curtains.
gosh.
We had those at our old house.
Hey,
Well,
so you had his shirt.
Yeah, we did.
You could have.
That's where our curtains went to.
To make a shirt. What's
Lucas said he's not a fan of Bishop right now.
yeah, the Stars are losing. Ooh.
Okay.
Look at
Yeah,
that
I
chair.
saw that and I didn't know what it meant.
So Adam wore a lot of furniture and cloths
A lot of
until
furniture.
the end.
until the end, where
Then
he
he
wore,
had
where
less
he
no
wore his,
cloths.
he wore his nipples. So if there's a time that you're gonna showcase yourself, the Super Bowl, you have a lot of people watching.
True. Yeah.
So shout out to Wendy's tonight for all the material you gave us. We appreciate you. And again, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. We'll be back on next week at 8:45 on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. You can catch the show if you're driving to work and you want to listen to it. You can catch us on iTunes. You can leave a review. Those are always very, very helpful for us as it gets pushed out into the world of podcasts and all those great things. Thanks for being here. Voice of the Bushies. We'll see you next week.